Good morning and welcome to another episode of Daybreak. I'm Brittany Lawfer.
And I'm Blaine King. Find out what changes have been made to the Point Park academic calendar.
Later we will find out what original series is returning to Netflix this year.
We will also be joined in the studio by a talented Point Park student, and we will get to hear from him live.
Daybreak starts right now. So I don't know if you heard, Blaine, but the groundhog didn't see a shadow.
Which means spring is right around the corner. I'm
I
so
hope.
excited.
Do you think it's going to be? I mean, those things are so hit or miss, those little guys.
I know. I mean, it was a little cloudy outside, but Aubrey is in studio. So, Alps, is spring right around the corner?
Well, spring might be around the corner, but definitely not this week. On Monday, the high is a chilly 43 degrees and the low is 28 degrees, and it just gets worse from there. On Tuesday, the high is 36 degrees with a low of 21 degrees. Wednesday, it might snow with a high of 31 degrees and a low of 19 degrees, and it just keeps getting worse. On Thursday and Friday, the highs are only in the 20s. And then on Saturday, the high is 24 degrees, 34 degrees, and 38 degrees. And yes, so as I said, the spring might be around the corner, but it's not starting this week, unfortunately. So back to you guys at the couch.
Thanks, Aubrey. The Faculty Assembly made an important decision to its 2016-2017 academic calendar last week. They voted on the commencement date for the class of 2017 and whether Martin Luther King Jr. Day would be a day off for students, staff, and faculty. The Faculty Assembly, came to a unanimous vote on Monday on both dates. So next year, commencement will be held on April 29th, 2017, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day will be a day off for students, staff, and faculty.
April Yanko, who is the president of the Feminist Collective, attended last week's USG meeting to discuss a potential celebrity she would like to bring to campus. Yanko presented to the legislative body that she would like to bring Lacey Green, who is a YouTube celebrity, to Point Park. Green travels around the country to different colleges and universities to discuss topics such as sex education, body positives, relationships, and more. Yanko wanted to see if it was possible for USG to provide funding in the attempt to bring Green to Point Park.
The Student Activities Involvement and Leadership Office hosted its inaugural showdown. The showdown had clubs compete against each other to gain points and win prizes. Kate Shipley, who is the assistant coordinator of SAIL, said the idea was to develop a sense of community with clubs and to find out which clubs have great bonds and loyalties. The three-day event was a huge success, as many clubs were involved in the events and they had a great time participating.
The Point Park men and women basketball teams received two needed victories last Wednesday against KIAC rival West Virginia Tech. The women won their game 64-56 thanks to forward Carly Force's career high of 30 points. On the men's side, they won 93-92 thanks to a last-second field goal made by guard Kelvin Goodwin. Jeremy Williams tied a career high of 32 points in the game as well.
All right, Britt. I just started watching Gilmore Girls due to my my roommates, but my sister's been watching it forever.
You're missing out. Oh my gosh, Rory and Lorelai. I heard they're coming back.
I did.
Is that one of the reasons?
I think so. I think that's the reason. So, you know what, Chloe, do you have an update on Gilmore Girls for us?
All right, Gilmore Girl fans, are you ready for the return of Stars Hollow? You better be, because the revival of this popular show started filming this past Tuesday in LA. Lauren Graham, Kelly Bishop, Alexis Bledel, and creator Emmy Sherman Palladino were fueling up with coffee and prepared for this exciting comeback. However, one of the past stars of the shows isn't as excited. Looks like Melissa McCarthy, who played Sookie St. James, is not returning. When a fan asked her to please come back to Stars Hollows, McCarthy tweeted, quote, "Thanks for the invite, but sadly no one asked me or Sookie to come back to Stars Hollow. Wish them all the best," end quote. Sherman Palindo responded to her team saying, quote, "Look, if Melissa is available and has an afternoon free, I'll write her a scene. Melissa was one of us. If she has a spare moment to run over to the set, even just for a cameo, we would be totally game. And if that's the last minute thing, I would write her in and we would figure it out. That's the way we left it." End quote. Well, fans, I guess we will find out sooner or later if Sookie will be joining the gang. And in other news, Fox renewed So You Think You Can Dance for its 13th season. Along with its renewal comes a twist. So You Think You Can Dance The Next Generation. Each contestant will be 8 to 13 years old, which is pretty awesome. They will be paired up with some of the show's all-stars, who will be revealed soon. Judges Nigel Lithgow, Paula Abdul, and Jason Derulo will be returning along with host Kat Deely. Excited about the changes, Lithgow stated, quote, "By evolving the So You Think You Can Dance format this season, we can showcase the very best junior dancers out there and open up the world of a dance to a whole new generation." End quote. So You Think You Can Dance The Next Generation premieres Monday, May 30th at 8 p.m. on Fox. I know I cannot wait for these two shows to start up. Back over to Blaine and Brittany at the couch.
Thanks, Chloe. I bet we both can't wait till the shows start up as well. But don't go anywhere, because after the break, we will sit down with our musical guest, where we will talk more about his start.
We will be right back.
We are a social people. We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
Start your morning with City News.
Start your morning with campus news.
Start your morning with political coverage.
Start your morning with fun.
Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you.
We know you're wondering what the A-list celebrities are up to.
Well, here at Entertainment on Point, we're wondering too.
Have you heard about James Franco and Seth Rogen's new movie?
No, but have you heard Beyonce's new single? Did you see what she was wearing on that red carpet?
Honey, that was not cute.
Did you see what happened on Scandal this week?
No, I was too busy keeping up with the Kardashians. No matter what your guilty pleasure is, we've got you covered.
Entertainment on Point. Get to the point of pop culture.
Yeah!
Welcome back to Daybreak. Now in studio, we are joined by Chase Barron of Chase and the Barons.
Thanks for joining us, Chase.
Yeah, my pleasure. Good to be here.
Yeah.
So how'd you get started in music?
Started a long time ago. I was like probably second grade when I really didn't have anything to do, and my parents got me piano lessons. And then that gradually progressed until, like everyone does, you go to middle school and you realize the guitar is just a lot cooler. It's cooler to like take around, and it's a portable instrument. So I switched there, and then I started writing music through high school and just stuck with it through to Point Park.
Nice, nice. And you mentioned that you went to guitar. You started off on piano. Is there any other instruments that you know how to play?
Yeah, I dabble with a lot of instruments. You'll see in a minute. I brought a harmonica. Not good at playing it, but I'm gonna try to. I also just got an old drum kit. I stashed it at my house in DuBois, Pennsylvania. Not here, but my parents hate when I play that. But
I bet.
Yeah, but I'm dabbling with the drums too. So
Nice, nice.
And your band name, Chase and the Barons. So how did that come about?
Okay. So we wanted a cool name,
Right.
where one of those ones like Hootie and the Blowfish where you don't know who Hootie is or the Blowfish. And I was talking to my band, and I write a majority of the songs, and I asked them, what would they be cool with to be called as a group? And they wanted to be the Barons. And
how many are there of you?
The band's a 5-piece.
Okay.
It's me, a drummer, Jake Stretch, who goes to this school. Phenomenal drummer. We have a saxophone player.
Nice.
And a bass, and then a lead guitar.
And you go here too, correct?
Yes, yeah.
What's your year major?
I'm a communications student in multimedia, and I'm somewhere between a sophomore and a junior. My credits are a little
in that
weird.
range.
Yeah, that seems to happen.
Okay. Now, you're going to perform for us a little later, but have you been performing throughout the year so far?
Yeah, a lot actually. I've been in with Pioneer Records, and they've gotten me a gig at 100 Wood, a couple of those, and me and the band play in basements throughout Oakland. So, yeah, one of those bands.
You guys are building your name, though.
Yeah, definitely. Basements around Oakland are the best way to spread the word, and they're fun shows.
Hey, that's how Nevada Color kind of got started too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, also, you mentioned that you write music too. Now, can you give us an example of like a few of your pieces that you have written?
Yeah, I mean, if people want to hear them for themselves, you can type in Chase Barron on Spotify, and like shameless self-promotion here. But yeah, I've been writing music for a long time, and I have 2 albums. One's called Record/Play. It's an EP that I recorded in my attic a long time ago. And then the newer one's called When the Moon Will Sleep, and I recorded that with my drummer, and the band performs on that a little bit.
What are your plans after college? Do you plan on pursuing music for a little bit and giving it a try?
Yeah, that'd be nice. The band wants to try to tour this summer for the first time, just around Pennsylvania, a minor one. But I don't know, if things work out with the band, then I'd like to pursue that for a bit. If they don't work out, I mean, multimedia is still a pretty fun major. I'll do photography, and I'm pretty sure stay in the music business.
Yeah, there's always a need for that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what different instruments do you guys have in the band?
It was a bass player, a lead guitar, I play rhythm guitar and sing, and we have a drummer and a saxophone player.
Okay.
And the saxophone's a great addition, really changed.
I love adding the brass in there.
Yeah.
I grew up as a
Woodwinds.
musician too.
Woodwinds.
Woodwinds. Oh my God. Sorry.
I'm
wow.
sorry, Britt.
My dad's a conductor. He would kill me if he knew this.
Ooh,
I'm not letting him see this episode.
Yeah, we'll hide this one.
Now,
I'll hide that.
Now, Chase, you mentioned that you're on Spotify. Do you have any CDs also?
Yeah, I have physical CDs. Printed them on our own. Went to Staples and got like 100 CDs printed.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, so if you get a hold of me in person, that's a good way to get your hands on a physical CD. And you can buy it anywhere, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you buy music.
Well, you have to start wrapping up here, but can you tell people how to find you on social media? Do you have a website? How can people see other than iTunes and Spotify?
Okay, well, right now the band likes to direct people towards our Reverb Nation. So Reverb Nation / Chase and the Barons, and that's Barons with 1 R. And we're also available on Facebook. I have an artist page under Chase Barron, and then a band page under Chase and the Barons. It's a little confusing, but if you just search Chase Barron a few ways, you'll come across it.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for stopping in, and we can't wait to hear you play.
Yes, thanks so much, Chase.
Looking
It's been a
forward to it.
pleasure. And now we're going to go to break right now, but coming up after the break, football season's over, so baseball is going to be getting started soon. Mike will be in studio for our sports report.
Here at the Pioneers sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I got a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the
Can you
questions?
just, like,
It's always a
answer me? What's the-
question. It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine. Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
An expression, a belief, a symbol, freedom to worship, an unspoken word. To express yourself means standing up for what you believe in. There's a freedom to worship and a freedom to live. To speak never saying a word, to love, to let your voice be heard. The light of your own path. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Well, football season's over.
It is. Almost.
Yeah, but there's still hockey and basketball and baseball's coming up. So,
It definitely
Mike,
is.
you're in studio with us. What's happening in the sports world?
Punxsutawney Phil didn't see his shadow this past Tuesday, which means an early spring, and spring means baseball season is right around the corner. The Pittsburgh Pirates have announced Joe Block as their next play-by-play announcer for the upcoming 2016 season after the departure of Tim Neverett, who has now joined the Boston Red Sox broadcasting team. Block was previously the play-by-play announcer for division rival, the Milwaukee Brewers. On to hockey now. The Pittsburgh Penguins were back in action last Tuesday night in their first game since the All-Star break. You could tell they were well rested as they put in 6 goals against the Ottawa Senators to beat them 6-5. After debates and questioning whether or not Sidney Crosby should have been voted into this year's All-Star game, Crosby was able to find the back of the net 3 times in this game to score his 9th career hat-trick. The Pens have now won 4 games in a row. They are now 25-17-7 and have pulled within 2 points of the second-place New York Rangers in the Metropolitan Division. That's all I have for your sports update, and now with more local headlines, let's head back over to Brittany and Blaine.
The Western Pennsylvania Humane Society Executive Director is coming under fire. A petition on change.org with more than 1,000 signatures is asking that Joy Braunstein be removed from her position. The petition claims that Braunstein paid $1,000 to a breeder for a purebred collie puppy, and they were upset that she would pay for a purebred instead of adopting a dog from the Humane Society. Also on change.org is a petition from Braunstein's supporters saying they applaud her efforts at the Humane Society, saying she has increased donations, extended outreach, and better raised community awareness for the animals. That petition has over 400 signatures so far. Braunstein, who has been the executive director of the Humane Society since January of 2015, has been placed on paid administrative leave until the board can fully investigate.
In the past few days, over 30 non-fatal heroin overdoses have occurred in western Pennsylvania. Some of the overdoses in Cambria and Washington counties, have been caused by dangerous batches of heroin laced with the powerful painkiller fentanyl. U.S. Attorney David Hickton called a news conference last week to alert the public to drugs sold in, stamp bags marked with Black Boot, Boot Camp, and Peace of Mind in Washington County, and Bulletproof and Head Trauma in Cambria. According to Hickton, Western PA law enforcement agencies are trying to get ahead of these heroin epidemics by treating every overdose as a criminal investigation.
Pittsburgh will be the home to a new series on Netflix called Mindhunter, directed by David Fincher and reportedly star Charlize Theron. Fincher is the executive producer of the hit Netflix series House of Cards, with the 4th season of that show expected to debut on March 4th. Filming details for Mindhunter have yet to be released. And a local company came up with a creative way to raise money for people in need.
Our Daybreak reporter Phil Papor has more on that story.
Why did I switch?
Right in the middle of winter, when many are searching for ways to stay warm, some are staying inside this, an ice house. They say they're freezing for a reason. For the second year in a row, Dollar Energy Fund built an ice house in Market Square for its Cool Down for Warmth campaign.
Well, we wanted to find an event that would kind of reach the general public and be as much of a fundraiser as a fundraiser. And so building an ice house is certainly something that's going to stand out. And when people see a house made of ice, they're going to stop and say, what's this all about? So we came up with this event last year, had a pretty successful year, so we decided to make it bigger and better this year.
The goal of the Cool Down for Warmth campaign is to help those having trouble paying their utilities and heating bills. Not only is the Dollar Energy Fund raising money for a good cause, but it's also raising awareness.
It's like publicity, so it, brings other people in even from different cities, even, if they come in from another state and they just happen to see it, they'll talk about it later and it spreads the word, and people talk about what Pittsburgh does for charity then.
It's really neat and very noticeable. The word really gets out. I like it. Makes me feel like a part of something neat. I don't know, something big.
Last year, Dollar Energy Fund raised more than $140,000 for the cause, and they're hoping to do the same this year. Reporting for Point News, I'm Phil Papor.
Did you get to see the ice house?
No, did you?
No, I missed it, but it looked awesome.
It really
and
did.
It's for a great cause, too.
Yeah, great job on Phil's part, also getting the story. Now, the Zika virus have been making major headlines in the recent weeks.
Now let's go over to Samir Nefsi for more national news.
Thanks, guys. The virus that has been making headlines around the world has made its way to a Virginia college. According to the school's officials, a student attending the College of William and Mary contracted the virus while allegedly traveling through Central America, where it is believed that he contracted the disease with an infected mosquito. The university has talked with their health and wellness team, as well as the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, where they believe that there is no risk for the student to attend classes. The virus is believed to cause birth defects as well as other symptoms such as fevers, rash, and joint pains. At the moment, there is no vaccine for the virus. The Zika virus has spread to over 24 countries already, and it has been declared a public health emergency by the Health Organization. In light of a terroristic attack on the capital of Afghanistan, the Kabul police station was attacked by a lone bomber outside the station on February 1st. Eyewitnesses reported to have seen the bomber eating and praying before he joined civilians and other officials. It was when the bomber was spotted by security that led to him detonating the bombs, killing 20 civilians and wounding 29 others. The Taliban has since taken credit for the attack via Twitter. Afghani President Afshan Janine has made a statement, quote, "The government will never have talks with the groups who kill innocent. Afghani security forces will mobilize in their fight against them," end quote. Now let's go over to Brittany and Blaine and see what they're up to.
Thanks, Samir. Now we will hear Chase perform a song for us, and we will be right back.
Take it away, Chase.
Games you play keep me up at night. Standing on my feet keep me up at night. Waiting on the moon to sleep, and I said, yeah, you who guide what I need. Yeah, you have been out of reach. Yeah, you who guide what I need. Little bird, fly back to me. Little bird, yeah. Oh, don't you see? I don't dream those dreams anymore, that's for sure. Little bird. They just don't need a repeat and keep me up at night. Throwing the past away, keep me up at night. Today just fades away and I said, yeah, you got what I need. Yeah, you have been out of reach. You got what I need. Yeah, little words, oh, make sense to me. Little world, oh you're oh so small. Little world, I ain't noticed if you're turning it on. You keep me up at night, counting, crossing sheep. Keep me up at night, still just waiting on the moon to sleep. And I said, yeah, you got what I need. Yeah, you have been out of reach. You have got out I need. Yeah, little world, come back to me. Little bird, oh don't you see, I don't dream those dreams anymore, that's for sure. Little bird, little bird.
Thanks again for tuning in for another episode of Daybreak.
Remember to watch our other UView shows like Pioneer Sideline and Entertainment on Point. And join us again next week for more fun, entertainment, sports, campus, city news, and all the above.
Have a good week, Point Park.
Chase, take it away.
Making mama so proud, but your voice is too loud. We like to watch you laughing, pick the insects off plants. No time to think of consequences. Control yourself, take only what you need from it, yeah. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself, take only what you need from it, yeah. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. The water is warm, but it's sending me shivers. A baby is born, crying out for attention. Memories fade like looking through a fogged mirror. Decisions I made and not bought, but I thought this wouldn't hurt a lot, I guess not. Control yourself, take only what you need from it, yeah. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted.